Hello, welcome to the daily English news program on Azərbaycan Television with the major developments of the day. I am your host, İlham Məmmədov. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham received President of Religious Affairs of the Republic of Turkey, Ali Erbash. President İlham Aliyev congratulated on the occasion of the National Day of the Republic of Turkey, the Republic Day, and wished the people of Turkey happiness and prosperity. They recalled with pleasure the Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's recent visit to Azerbaijan, describing the visit as another example of brotherly and friendly relations between Azerbaijan and Turkey, and that it further strengthens bilateral ties. Pointing out the importance of the visit of President of Religious Affairs of Turkey, Ali Erbash, to the liberated lands, it was noted that he witnessed the destruction of all historical and religious monuments by Armenians during the occupation. The sides hailed the successful development of brotherly and friendly relations between the two countries in all areas. President İlham Aliyev signed an executive order on the privatization of some enterprises and facilities on the balance of Azərbaycan Industrial Corporation Open Joint Stock Company. According to the executive order, a number of enterprises of Azərbaycan Industrial Corporation Open Joint Stock Company were declared open for privatization. The list of enterprises of Azərbaycan Industrial Corporation Open Joint Stock Company declared open for the privatization was also approved. We will turn Karabakh and East Zengezur into paradise. These words of President İlham Aliyev reflect the set goal of restoring the liberated territories. The new restoration process will be implemented not only in a short time, but also in accordance with the most modern requirements and standards.
It is no exaggeration to say that Azerbaijan works miracles in Karabakh, completely destroyed by the enemy. The infrastructure of the region is being restored in a short time, energy and water supply is provided, roads are being built, including new road networks. The process of restoration and reconstruction is accompanied not only with high pace, but also ambitious projects that meet the most modern requirements are being implemented here. The vivid example of this is the Füzuli International Airport, which was erected in just 8 months. The air harbor, built in accordance with the latest standards, along with a demonstration of the power of our country, also confirms the determination of Azerbaijan in the reconstruction process.
Füzuli International Airport was built in just 8 months. Getting acquainted today with the already completed airport, I saw once again that in the world practice and world history, perhaps there was no such thing that in such short time an international airport was built on a mined territory.
By liberating the territories under occupation, Azerbaijan has created a historical precedent, and today, with a grandiose process of restoration and reconstructions, it sets a new example. At its own expense, it turns the destroyed lands into paradise.
During today's visit, we see how the regions of Azerbaijan that have been liberated from the occupation are being revived and rapidly developing in a short time. Not every courageous person, not every politician is capable of this. Investing in such a short time, carrying out this work, I'm sure, allows us to convey the good news to our Azerbaijani brothers who were forced to leave their native lands.
The completion of the reconstruction process will turn into the beginning of the reintegration of Karabakh. The Azerbaijani economy, with resources, potential and created infrastructure of the region, will acquire new drivers. It is predicted that about 10% of the non-oil sector of our country will be formed at the expense of the regions of Eastern Zengezur and Karabakh. Due to the recovery of agricultural production in the region, the total agricultural production in the country is expected to increase by more than 8%. It is predicted that after the restoration of agriculture, more than 200,000 hectares of land will be allotted for crops. For comparison, it should be noted that in the 80s of the last century, there were 139.8 thousand hectares of sown areas for grain and vineyards in the region. 55% were green crops, 35% vineyards. Taking into account traditional industries, it is planned to restore tobacco growing in Qapalı, Zengilan and Kəlbəcər regions, cotton growing in Ağdam and Füzuli regions, viticulture in Ağdam, Füzuli, Cəbrayıl, Zengilan and Ağdərə regions. Thus, the reintegration of the region in parallel can form a new wave of development of the non-oil sector.
Participants of the Azerbaijan Investment and Culture Summit visited Shushar. They got acquainted with the historical and cultural sides of the city. The trip was aimed at informing the world community about the vandalism committed by the Armenians in Shushar, as well as encouraging the investment potential of the Karabakh and Eastern Zangezur region. The trip is attended by entrepreneurs, investors, startups operating in various fields, and representatives of youth organizations from over 20 countries. The guests got acquainted with the historical and cultural sites of the city. Afterwards, they headed to Gence. The next plenary session of the Milli Məclis was held on October 29th. 12 issues were on the agenda.
The use of the term Nagorno-Karabakh by representatives of some international organization is unacceptable. Speaker of the Parliament, Sahiba Gafarova, said at the plenary session of the Milli Məclis. The speaker also briefed the deputies on the issues discussed during the meetings in Greece. During the discussion of topical issues, the deputies of the Milli Məclis proposed to celebrate the Republic Day of Turkey in our country as well. The bias of some international organizations against Azerbaijan was also brought up at the meeting. The FAO-Azerbaijan Partnership Program Agreement was prolonged. The meeting also discussed the draft law on the establishment of the Embassy of the Republic of Azerbaijan in the Vatican. The package of compulsory health insurance system will include 3,700 services for the next year. This was announced during the discussion of amendments to the law on protection of public health. Under the bill, the tariffs for medical services not included in the package of services and provided by the state medical institutions to the population on a paid basis, as well as medical services provided to non-insured persons, will be approved by the relevant executive authority. The issue of reducing the age of vaccination and self-treatment of those who refuse to be vaccinated was also discussed. A total of 12 issues were discussed at the meeting, including draft laws on education, vocational training, and insurance.
2,132 more cases of coronavirus infection have been recorded in Azerbaijan, while 1,757 people have recovered and discharged from the hospital, and 26 patients died. The overall confirmed cases in Azerbaijan have reached 526,920, with 490,789 recoveries and 7,021 deaths. The number of active infections is 29,110. To detect new infection cases, overall 5,169,788 tests have been conducted in Azerbaijan, the task force under the Cabinet of Ministers reported. That was all for the day. Thank you for watching us. Goodbye.